Hi, next project that I'm going to do is these Adventure Spec mini fairing. It's a bit close. When you stood up, it's right in your face, and if you go down, your neck is literally about there. So what I'm going to, and I can't see the clocks, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it all forward. I'm going to try anyway. I'm going to move it all forward so it's like here, which will mean me getting rid of these brackets for the indicator, making a new bar. I'm going to use a 22mm bar here, go around there, and basically bolt that forward more. So I've got to make a new bar and brackets up for this front there. As you can see, I quite like the old retro indicators and the retroness of the bike, but they hit the tank when I turn the bars, so they're rubbing on here. And you can see, I'll just give you a feeling on this. So there's your standard indicators. They're flashing quick because I've got some LEDs on the back. Look. So that's your standard indicators. What I've done is I've bought some ones off the interweb, some tiny ones. I'm just going to show you them. So I'll build them onto the new part of the handlebars. There you go, from Ching Chong Tong Mong, they're from. I think that's how it's spelt, yeah. And that's them. So they're as big as my thumbnail, basically. They come out the front and the side there. So that's there. And I've got it connected up to a battery charger, so let's have a look at those. And that's how bright they are, which I would say they're brighter than the whole of those big ones. There you go, look at that, that's how bright that is. So they're less likely to get broken off. So that's the next project. So I'm making the bar extension for the fairing. I'm basically going to move that, try and make something to move that further forward, put the new indicators on, etc. So what I've just started, actually, a bit of an experiment. I've got some 22mm bar, pipe, whatever you want to call it, and I've been just experimenting how many cuts it would take to get me to make that fold like that, and then I'll weld up the holes, the lines. So I've got a pretty good idea of what I've had to cut and the length, and that's where I'm at the moment. So basically I've got the chop saw cut to a certain depth, so it'll only go down, not quite all the way through, which will leave me this line on the back there, enough for me to fold that to that, and then I'll just run some weld around that bar there. So if you look at on a bike, sorry, got that in me, put that camera in my mouth, hold on, right that. Like that. Sorry, I'm videoing. I videoed that with in my mouth. Sorry, and it fell out as soon as I went to talk. So yeah, that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a D handle like that. I'll weld up those, and I'll weld up a tab for the indicators and it to bolt down to. And if you're wondering, sorry, cough. Again. And if you're wondering why I haven't put that in a pipe bender or something, it's because the angle's so it's going to be too tight for me to do that. And I've done this method before and it works, so this is the way I'm going to do it. I'll basically weld some flat tabs on here. I'll make a pattern for them and work out what size needs to be out of cardboard. and I'll weld those tabs onto here, and they'll bolt straight into the top of the fork stems. And then these will just bolt straight over here, rather than I think I was going to say, rather than on the handlebars. Right, I'm in a moment. Old age. So I've got it bent in the right position. I've got this wire pulled out around it that keeps it nice and tight while I'm going to put some weld on here. It's probably straight enough for me to do what I want to do. I might have to straighten that one round a bit, give it a bit of a, when it's hot I'll give it a bit of a straighten so it's parallel. But yeah, I'm just going to tack that up.